Uh, yeah, you can start. I want you to start
Okay.
this time.
You guys need a
So
judge?
you're aware that I don't. Do we need a judge? Y'all can listen, and then mobs. You can record, right? You can type some shit instead of saying shit.
Victor's in here.
Oh, he is recording. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, cool.
Alright.
Okay, we can just send it to somebody if we need a judge.
I bet.
Okay, no.
Okay. So are you fine with adult Naruto and his ACM 2 stage mode slash express, whatever you want to call it, state being above Momoshiki significantly in Taijutsu?
Significantly in taijutsu.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, honestly, I don't think there's any other argument besides that. I'm not gonna rat.
Okay. All right. And we can agree that Delta is relative to a full power Naruto and Taijutsu.
Um, okay, so you're emphasizing full power, but I mean, I guess that's fine, yeah. I don't see any problem with that either.
Okay.
I
And you're
still think
aware
Momo
that
can win.
Delta's like one of Delta's main forms of attacking is with her legs, like she kicks typically.
Why is that relevant?
Because she has ninja tools in her legs that are like spiked. She can make them spike out. So I would just say Delta kicks him in the jaw and takes his jaw clean off, and he just dies.
Um, I mean, I don't think okay, so far we have taijutsu only.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine and all, but if okay, so Fuse Momo versus Delta, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean they have to taijutsu clash at all. I mean, Momo has other ways of disposing of their
Momoshiki typically only brings out the golem if he's getting particularly pressed. Delta, I just think will run up on him, and before Momoshiki can realize he's in a bad spot, Delta's just gonna kick his head clean off, probably. Just makes the
um,
most sense.
okay, so why do you think that that's okay, so Delta runs up to him and just kicks his fucking head off. That's it?
Yeah,
Like you don't
probably.
think I mean, Momo most likely can take at least a hit. I think that's fine.
Uh,
I mean,
Well,
I
the
really
issue
don't
is
think it
is
fucking
when
kicks off his head.
no, like the issue is when Naruto's kicking Momoshiki in the jaw. Naruto is just using blunt force because obviously we can agree like kicks and punches aren't don't have like a spiked edge. They're always like blunt force,
Yeah,
more
that's
than likely.
fine. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't
And
mind
with
that.
But with Ninja like fucking hell. Delta's ninja tool leg is can be like spiked and sharp and can fly at the same momentum of Naruto's kicks. So it would just cut his head clean off. When I say kick his head off, I don't mean like the raw force will snap the like flesh and bones apart and just knock it off.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean like
okay.
due to the sharpness and the momentum, it should just logically follow cuts head off.
Um, I mean, shit. Uh, hold on.
I'm holding on.
If okay, so just scaling Momo's durability, I mean, it should just be base Naruto. And then, I mean, okay, so why do you think that, okay, Momo is able to combat Naruto and Sasuke for the most part? He
Yep.
has to fight both of them. After getting his shit beat in by base Naruto a little bit, not really too badly, but it was a little bit bad. He still has enough chakra to just go ahead and fucking summon the golem, which I would assume is his strongest attack,
Listen,
or at the very
here's the thing.
least.
I agree that if the golem comes out, Delta just loses. But what I'm saying is in like the first kick, Momoshiki's not gonna tire out. In the first kick, Momoshiki's gonna die. Like he's just
In
gonna
the
like
first
he
kick,
doesn't have
so
any time.
okay. I mean, if you're willing to say that, then I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with the win con. I mean, I think that at worst, Delta just knocks his ass out, which is still a win con, which is
Why do you
fine.
think knocks out? Because I already established Delta has a cutting edge on her kicks. and the momentum and force of her kicks are relative to Naruto's, and
Yeah.
Naruto's momentum and force can overpower Momoshiki. So it would just follow that Delta's kicks can overcome his durability more so than Naruto's due to the cutting edge, and can just slice his head clean in half.
I mean, okay, so can I see what the fucking ninja tools look like? Can I see what those look like? Because I've never seen
Sure.
that shit ever.
Let me get that to you. Unironically, thought there was a fly in my screen because of what Smurf put.
Mm.
Because there's flies around my house right now. A Delta Ninja Cool Leg manga. I don't have my laptop open right now, and I really can't be fucked opening it. So yeah, this is a good fucking
Alright, let me see.
panel of it. Is there any other good panels of it? No, it's a fine panel. Okay, go to evidence for me, and we'll
Yeah,
drop
yeah, I'm
this.
looking.
There we go.
Um, okay, so you think that kicks off his head? That's a little weird.
I mean, even if you don't think it kicks off his head because it's not like cutting, it's more like piercing. It'll just kick a
Yeah.
hole through his head.
Yeah, no, I honestly, it's literally just going through Naruto. There's really no, yeah, I'm just not gonna fucking lie. Yeah, that makes sense. That win con makes sense. Doesn't mean it'll happen, but it makes sense, yes.
I think that's the more likely one because I already agreed. Your win con of the golem is valid, but like
Yeah.
obviously, when two characters both have valid win cons, how you dictate who wins is which win con is easier to get off, or which win con is
Yeah, I
more
would
likely to
agree.
get
I
off
would
in the
agree that,
context.
I mean, initially it seems like that is the case, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
does Delta, okay, so if Delta is going ahead and fighting him, is if she talks shit to him like I was built to defeat Asutsuki and shit, would Momo just pull out the golem and fuck her up?
Uh, well, that wouldn't happen because she wasn't built to defeat Otsutsuki.
Alright, she wasn't? Alright.
Yeah.
Wait, why? Wait, why do you say that? I mean, I
Well, my
thought,
claim was just a negative claim.
yeah, I mean, that is true. I guess I'll prove it.
The only thing stated, yeah, like the only thing stated about Delta in relation to Otsutsuki is just that, oh, these androids are meant to be Otsutsuki tier fighters, which is obviously a wide range of like power. You can go all the way from Kenshiki to like Ishiki with that. So
Yeah, no, there is a big disparity between that, but I would make the assumption that Amato is creating like fucking androids in order to defeat Otsutsuki or be on
yeah,
that same tier.
on the
Therefore,
same tier, sure, but not to defeat. Like, if anything, it wouldn't make sense because they don't necessarily need to kill Otsutsuki. If anything, keeping Otsutsuki alive is beneficial to Amado because that means Jigen can feed it to a Ten Tails, get a God Tree amp, and evolve. So,
um, I mean, that does make relative sense, yeah. I mean, honestly, I do think that the main reason why Momoshiki wasn't able or didn't want to use his golem right away, he literally is around everyone and he's already kind of hyped up from fucking with everyone. Like he comes into the stadium where they're having the tuning exams and he's already just acting like he's that motherfucker just fucking up everybody. He's just arrogant. That's why he didn't use it. I don't see why, because if he popped that shit out immediately, I mean, that would have been pretty much it.
um, well, for one, right, that kind of leads into a broader discussion where assumptions would need to be made because I could just simply hold the position. While that is a possibility, another possibility is simply that Momoshiki deems Naruto and Sasuke valid threats, as he calls Naruto a monster in the manga.
Mhm.
So that's one other possibility. Maybe he deems them actually worthy of it, whereas with Delta, he wouldn't know.
I
On
mean,
top
I
of
don't
that,
I don't think that's true.
top, don't think what's true.
I don't think that's true. I mean, I think that your claim actually has somewhat of a contradiction, cuz if he thinks Naruto is a monster, and then we both agree Delta is relative to a full power Naruto, it would stand to reason that
Yeah,
he would
But
use it.
Momoshiki doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that. I mean, okay, so
He doesn't know Delta at
it
all.
depends on the like where the fight takes place. So if they're a decent amount apart, if he sees the speed that fucking Delta is running at him with, I think it's fine if he uses the golem.
No, not necessarily, because the thing that causes Momoshiki to whip out the golem in relation to Naruto is when Naruto specifically uses the Kurama avatar. Because Momoshiki starts to take them seriously and use Jutsu, which is his main form of attacking with the wood dragons. And
Yeah.
Naruto activates his Kurama avatar, and that's when he whips out the golem, rather than whipping out the golem after Naruto kicks him clean in the jaw and launches him and sends him flying. So I don't see why
Yeah, I see.
Delta running would provoke a golem reaction at all.
Okay, so hmm. I mean, so it might be okay if he's taking the fight seriously. I mean, you could make the assumption that he's gonna try to use jutsu from a ranged amount. And then if he sees her just negging his jutsu, he would use the golem. Like she would just be absorbing that shit and he
The
would use it.
problem with this The problem with this is that there's a clear escalation in Momoshiki's power. He'll start off with taijutsu, especially after absorbing Kenshiki, because Kenshiki, his genetic update from him, is probably more barbaric and animalistic, since that's how Kenshiki fights, which is why immediately he started off with taijutsu. And when he's overwhelmed, then he goes to Wood Dragon, then he goes to Golem. So it seems like Momoshiki only uses force when he deems it to be necessary. So Momoshiki's progression goes taijutsu, uh, large scale jutsu, but not his golem, and then his golem. And if that's the case, then Delta just comes up and kicks a hole in his head and he dies.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be consistent for sure. I
Do you have
honestly,
any other argument then? Nope. Keep going.
do I have any other argument? Let's see. I mean, Momo does have Renegon.
Okay.
I mean,
Interesting.
so if Momo has Renegon and he's able to see Delta's chakra correlation to power, and then fuck it, he's gonna use the golem. Fuck it, why
That's
not?
why he pulled out the golem immediately when fighting Naruto and Sasuke, right?
Um,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Can you explain? So you're
Yeah, like,
saying,
well, basically, I'm like being sarcastic because Naruto and Sasuke would have more chakra than Delta overall, because Delta scales to their taijutsu and not their ninjutsu, which is where their chakra comes from. And Momoshiki still doesn't feel like he needs to pull out the golem until later. So if that's the case, you can just draw the conclusion that either that level of chakra isn't enough to satisfy him, or that he just doesn't peer into his opponent's chakra with his Renegon.
um, I mean, I'm pretty sure peering into your opponent's chakra with the Renegon is just passive either way. So I don't really think that's
No,
relevant.
definitely not. Definitely
Definitely
not.
not. Definitely not. Why
There's
not?
nothing. There's definitely nothing in the series that suggests that.
Um, I mean, okay, so it's stated that Renegon users can see chakra. Why wouldn't they? Well, I guess that's an argument
Where
against. Never mind. I don't want to
I
use the
mean,
argument.
that also isn't stated anywhere.
It isn't stated anywhere.
No, the only instance in which a Renegon user sees anything chakra related is Pain can focus his eyes and see the Leaf Village's like barrier jutsu that allows them to detect when foreign shinobi enter the village,
Mm.
and that's it. So
That's actually it. I mean, I find that hard to believe.
I mean, you can take my word or not. If you want to check the whole manga for
Let me
anything else,
see.
like you can.
Hold on, let me take a look at the stuff I have for
Okay,
Rinnegan.
everybody in chat as well, by the way, if you can think of any other instances of Renegon doing something like that, go grab it. Go get it. Help the boy. Help the king, Tobu.
See what's next.
I mean, Sasuke saw the Limbo clone. Could that be counted?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know why in God's name you said that.
I don't think that works.
Because like Limbo clones are
The
Chakra.
Limbo clone. I mean, for one, the Limbo clones specifically exist in an alternate dimension. Like they have a physical form beyond just chakra. The issue is that they exist in another realm entirely. So it can just mean, oh, that Renegon can see into a different realm. On top of that, Sasuke's Renegon specifically is a Renegon fused with his EMS, which is why he's able to use Amaterasu. So,
Are you trying to establish that the Rinnegan can see chakra?
All right, I'm gonna
we're
use
trying to
this.
establish that the Renegon can passively see chakra, which it can't. That's just never demonstrated.
All right,
Didn't
maybe I
Pain
could.
do?
Okay, I might be able to use what I just said in evidence to
I was
demonstrate
gonna
it.
help you.
Let's see.
I mean, an
It's
interpretation of that is simply that the Sage Jutsu comes out, and well, he can tell before it comes out in that scan, right? Wait, let me see.
you know, what do we have to do? We've got to break the Renegon's link. This is in the first instance of Naruto's Sage Mode dwindling. I mean, all we can like gather from this is that like there's no evidence to suggest he's passively doing it at all. Like for
I
all you
mean,
know, he's focusing specifically,
mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, I do agree. There's nothing to really suggest that.
which is
Mm.
also kind of probable because when the Pretapath was holding Naruto from behind and Naruto was gathering Sage energy, the Pretapath for some reason didn't notice and let go. So
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Man, I think that Renegon argument might not be too bad. Mm,
I mean, either way, Momoshiki, like regardless of if you think it can or can't, if
yeah.
it can, it doesn't lead to him using the golem because he didn't use the golem immediately. As a matter of fact, Momoshiki knew the depths of Naruto's chakra because he was trying to rip it out for like half a day and still didn't start with the golem, despite the fact that he knows probably from that Naruto's jutsu power should be capable of just obliterating him, or his body specifically. So just seems
Oh,
weird.
yeah. That is a little bit weird.
Just
Let's see. I mean, maybe okay. So maybe he just is confident enough in his own ability that he simply sees Naruto and Sasuke at the same time and doesn't break it out until they use their best jutsu.
yeah.
And
So
I
the
mean,
same would happen with just Delta on their own, right?
yeah, I think
Like if
that's
Momo's
probably
if
true.
if Momoshiki, you've just basically said Momoshiki's character could possibly just be too arrogant and too cocky, which is
Yeah.
just helpful for me.
Yeah, honestly, that is. Man, that shit is ass. I think. Wait, hold on. Maybe.